Okay, students, we're going to look at some examples of writing equations of lines from a graph. We'll first try to put it into slope-intercept form if possible, meaning we can look at the y-intercept and see it goes through a corner, an actual point itself, not in between somewhere. And if we can't do that, then we will put it into point-slope form. We've gone over both these forms. So here we go. And after point-slope form, we'll distribute the m through and change it to slope-intercept form after that, because we know Edulastic likes you to put the answers in slope-intercept form. All right, so we can see that b is 0. 0, 0 goes right through the origin. And so we just need to find the slope. Pick any 2 points. Well, we know it's changing y over changing x. So 1 over 1, slope is 1. So you got y equals 1x, or just x. I don't have to put the plus 0. It's usually written as y equals x. Remember, when there's no coefficient written, we know it's always 1. So that's how it's normally written. Y equals x is the most famous line in math that you should know. You should also recognize that the angle of a slope of 1, angle of slope of 1 is 45 degrees. Okay, that's going up at 45 degrees. So if the slope of a line is higher than 45 degrees, greater than 45 degrees, the slope is greater than 1. If it's between 0 degrees, meaning horizontal, and 45 degrees, that slope is somewhere between 0 and 1. Okay, and I will ask you those type of questions for extra credit. All right, let's look at number 2. We can see that goes right through 0, 1. So there's my B, 0, 1. And my slope, when I see it going down and hitting, let's see. That one is not a good, okay, right here. It crosses right there or right up there at the corner. So for the slope, we need to draw ourselves a right triangle. So it's going down how many? 4. Down 4, and right how many? 5. So slope is negative 4/5. So then I have y equals negative 4/5 x plus 1. Now I should automatically see that the slope is negative because it's going down. Well, remember I read graphs left to right. If it's going down, it's negative. If it's going up, it's positive. So I should have known that was a positive already before I even calculated it. All horizontal lines have a slope of equals to 0. Okay, so then for my equation, it's y equals negative 2. Okay, every y coordinate here is negative 2. That does not change. That's how you know it's y equals negative 2. X is no condition. X can be any number at all. But the y is always negative 2. All right, here we have a horizontal line. I'm sorry, that was a horizontal line. 3. 4 here is a vertical line. Slope of all vertical lines is undefined or no slope. Got to know both the terms. All right, and so which coordinate is always the same? The x or the y along any point along this line. It doesn't have to be right there, it can be anywhere. The x's are always the same, and the x is always negative 2. Y changes throughout that, but x does not change. So x equals negative 2. Here you have another horizontal line. The y is always the same here, and it's y equals 3. Nice and easy. Here we have a positive slope. We can see the b is 0, negative 4. And m, the slope, is going up by 1 each time and over 1, so slope is 1. So y equals x minus 4. Again, you'll not usually see the 1x written. If it's 1, they just leave it blank. We know it's a 1. All right, 7. We see it's at 3 for the b, 0, 3. B is 0, 3. M is what again? 1, up by 1, positive. So nice and easy, y equals x plus 3. Here we have another vertical line, so we know it's undefined for the slope. All vertical lines, again, all the coordinates which are the same are the x coordinates. All the x's are 4. Y changes all the time, but x never changes, 4 every time. And lastly, we have a negative slope, so we know it's going to be negative. Notice I can't see what the y-intercept is, so I'm going to have to look at using point slope form. I need to find 2 points. There's one that crosses. All right, so we're going to have to pretend like one crosses somewhere here because I don't see one that really goes to a corner at all besides that one right there that I marked out. So we will say that it crosses. Also, we'll just use this point right here. Okay, that's going to be closest. Okay. So, again, we don't know the y-intercepts, so we're going to find the slope. We can find the slope. How many did I go down right there? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Down 7. I went to the right. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, so the slope is -7/5. Okay, and then we'll take this point right here, 1, -4. Okay, so we have a point and a slope. So we're going to start with point slope form. Y minus the y value, y minus -4 makes it +4 equals the slope -7/5 times x minus the x value 1. Then I'm going to distribute that -7/5 through there. And then I'm going to subtract the 4 across afterwards. So y equals -7/5 x. A negative times negative is +7/5. And I'm subtracting if I need to be fifths. 5 times 4 is 20. Okay, I'm running out of room, so we'll put the final answer up here. So I have y equals -7/5 x, and I have 7/5 minus 20/5 is -13/5. So there would be the equation of that line, okay, assuming it went through that point and that point right there. All right, so there you have it, the examples of the types that you could use on your warm-ups and be able to graph any line from a graph, be able to identify the line, the equation of line.